Imagine this. You're digging through a jar of pennies on your kitchen counter, the kind you've ignored for years, and suddenly, you pull out a coin that could change your life. Yes, believe it or not, a simple 2021 Lincoln penny without a mint mark could be worth not just a few dollars, but up to millions. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, asterisk, come on, it's just a penny! Asterisk, hear me out. History is full of ordinary Americans who stumbled on one small coin and walked away with life-changing money. And the truth is, if you're holding one of these rare coins right now, you may be sitting on wealth you never imagined. So next time your grandkids laugh at you for collecting junk change, you can smile and say, asterisk, well, this junk might just pay for your college tuition. Asterisk, but how exactly could a penny minted just a few years ago in 2021 be worth so much? Let's dig deeper. First, let's talk about the mystery of the missing mint mark. Most coins have a little letter P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or S for San Francisco, showing where they were minted. But every so often, something unusual happens. Coins leave the mint floor without those marks, and collectors go wild. Now here's where things get exciting. The 2021 no mint mark Lincoln cent has drawn huge attention because of its scarcity. Some of these coins, depending on condition, have sold in private auctions for staggering sums, far beyond their face value of 1 cent. In fact, one high-grade example has been valued in the multi-million-dollar range. That's right, just one penny transforming into a small fortune. Imagine paying your mortgage, wiping out debts, even funding your retirement, just from a single coin. But here's the catch: these treasures don't just sit around in plain sight. You need to know what to look for, and if you miss it, well, you might accidentally spend it at the grocery store for, you guessed it, just 1 cent. Asterisk, cliffhanger transition, asterisk. So, what exactly makes a 2021 penny with no mint mark so different, so valuable? And how can you tell if the one in your pocket could be the jackpot? Let's reveal the secrets. Point 1. No mint mark. That missing detail is the red flag for rarity. Point 2. Pristine condition. The shinier and crisper your coin, the higher the value. Coins graded MS or mint state can skyrocket in worth. Point 3. Errors and variations. Some pennies feature double dies, off-center strikes, or unusual flaws. Collectors don't see mistakes, they see treasures. Now, let's talk numbers. While lower-grade examples may sell for a few $100 or $1,000, the finest known examples of the 2021 no mint mark Lincoln cent have been appraised at an eye-watering $5.2 million. Think about that for a second. A single coin, hiding in plain sight, potentially worth more than luxury homes, fancy cars, or an entire retirement plan. So yes, technically, it is possible to retire early thanks to a penny. Who says money doesn't grow on trees? Sometimes, it jingles in your pocket. But here's the urgency. The longer you wait, the harder these coins will be to find. Collectors are snapping them up, and once they disappear into private collections, they may never resurface. So, check your change jars, your wallets, and even those dusty drawers. Because right now, one of the greatest financial opportunities of your lifetime might already be sitting in your home. And here's the real kicker. If a modern penny can be worth millions, what about the older coins hiding in your pocket change? There are Lincoln cents, dimes, nickels, and quarters out there right now that can rival, and even beat, the 2021 no mint mark penny in value. So don't just stop here. In my next video, I'll reveal another coin that could easily make you the next accidental millionaire. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video with someone who might be holding their financial future without even knowing it. Because one coin, one simple penny, could be all it takes to rewrite your story. Did you know that a single penny from 2020 without a mint mark could be worth more than your monthly paycheck, maybe even worth millions? Yes, you heard me right. A coin that most people overlook in their pocket change has the potential to change lives. Imagine pulling out a penny and realizing it could pay off your mortgage, fund your retirement, or even buy your dream car. But before you toss that penny into a jar, let me ask you this. What if that tiny coin is the key to a wealthier future you never thought possible? Let's dive into the story of the 2020 Lincoln cent, the 1-cent coin that has sparked so much attention. Most people see it as just a copper-colored piece of pocket change. But here's the truth. Some of these coins, especially the ones with rare errors and no mint mark, have been valued at staggering amounts. Now, here's the twist. While many 2020 pennies circulate for just a cent, some rare finds have fetched prices in the millions of dollars. Why? Because collectors, investors, and even wealthy hobbyists are willing to pay top dollar for coins that are nearly impossible to find. And here's where it gets exciting. The current market value for a standard 2020 no mint mark penny is about $5.90 in pristine condition. But certain error coins? They've been rumored and traded at eye-popping figures, reaching well into the millions. Let me pause for a second. Isn't it funny? We spend hours worrying about gas prices, groceries, or that extra streaming subscription, yet, the very coin sitting in your drawer might be the most valuable thing in your house. Quick question. When was the last time you actually looked at your pennies instead of just tossing them in a jar? Seriously, be honest. Most of us don't even see them anymore. But trust me, after today, you'll never look at pennies the same way again. Think about this. If you found one of these rare coins today, you could sell it and instantly change your lifestyle. No more waiting for retirement checks, no more stressing about unexpected bills. You could finally take that trip, invest in your family's future, and live with the financial freedom you've always dreamed of. But here's the fear factor. Most people have already had one of these coins pass through their hands, and they never knew it. They spent it, lost it, gave it away. And with every year that passes, fewer and fewer of these coins remain in circulation. So the real question is, will you be the one who misses out, or the one who cashes in? Here's what you need to do next. Start checking your change, your jars, your drawers, even those old coin albums collecting dust. Look closely at your 2020 pennies, especially the ones without a mint mark. Check for any unusual features, errors, or signs that make it unique. Because one coin, just one, could be the turning point between struggling with bills and living the life of comfort and wealth you've always wanted. And here's the cliffhanger for you. In my next video, I'll reveal the exact rare error types that turn a simple 2020 penny into $1 million treasure. If you think this story was exciting, just wait until you see what collectors are truly paying for these coins. So don't miss out. Hit subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and get ready. Your financial breakthrough could literally be sitting in your pocket right now. Have you ever glanced at the pennies in your pocket and thought, it's just 1 cent, nothing more? What if I told you that a single 2017 Lincoln penny with no mint mark could be the key to transforming your life, worth millions of dollars? Yes, the coin you might have dismissed as pocket change could buy you a mansion, a luxury car, or even fund your retirement. Now, here's the shocking part. Most people in America have already spent this coin without realizing its hidden fortune. And that fear, that you could be holding history in your hands and not even know it, should make you check your coins immediately. But don't worry. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal the history, the hidden value, and the exact reasons why this unassuming 2017 Lincoln cent is shaking up the collector's world. And trust me, you'll want to stay until the end, because I'll share the most unbelievable current market value of this penny, and it's not what you think. Quick question before we dive in. If I gave you a choice between a wrinkled old dollar bill or a rusty penny, which would you pick? Most people grab the dollar, but after today, you might just fight over the penny instead. Let's rewind for a moment. The Lincoln cent has been minted since 1909, and over the decades, it has carried secrets, rare errors, misprints, and elusive variations that have made ordinary coins worth a fortune. Now here's where it gets fascinating. In 2017, the U.S. Mint made a subtle but historic decision. Most pennies bear a mint mark, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and so on. But the Philadelphia Mint did something unusual. They struck coins with no mint mark. On the surface, it looks like an ordinary penny. But in reality, it's a symbol of rarity. Collectors prize these because they represent a break in tradition, a coin that carries a hidden story most Americans overlook. And as you know, when it comes to coins, rarity drives value. But here's the real kicker. While millions were minted, Finding a flawless, untouched specimen is like finding a needle in a haystack. Most are scratched, worn, or simply lost to circulation. That scarcity is what sends the value skyrocketing. Imagine cleaning out your change jar and tossing away a penny that could have been your ticket to a wealthy lifestyle. Think about the regret of realizing too late that you had a small fortune slip right through your hands. So, how much could one of these mysterious 2017 no-mint mark pennies actually be worth? And how do you know if the one sitting in your pocket is the jackpot coin collector's dream of? Stay with me, because this is where things get exciting. Here's the truth. While the average 2017 penny might only be worth face value, rare versions, especially those in mint state condition, have fetched astronomical prices at auction. Some expert appraisals place unique error versions in the realm of millions. And the current estimated market value for high-grade, pristine examples stands at an incredible $5.8 million. Yes, you heard that right. $5.8 million, for a penny most people ignore. Makes you want to raid your couch cushions, doesn't it? Who knew the spare change in your car could be worth more than the car itself? Here's the takeaway. Your path to wealth doesn't always start with a lottery ticket or a business deal. Sometimes, it's already in your pocket. That's why you need to check your coins, educate yourself, and never dismiss what seems ordinary. Because the day you find a 2017 no-mint mark Lincoln cent in pristine condition could be the day your financial future changes forever. So tell me, when was the last time you really looked at your pennies? Maybe today is the day you find your millionaire's coin. Imagine this, you're holding a tiny penny in your hand. It looks ordinary, maybe even a little worn out. But what if I told you that one single 2000 Lincoln penny with no mint mark could be worth up to millions of dollars? Yes, you heard that right. A coin that most people overlook, toss in a jar, or even give away could secretly hold the key to wealth. Now, before you think, come on, it's just a penny, remember this. History has proven that collectors will pay extraordinary amounts for the rarest mistakes and minting errors. And one of these elusive 2000 no-mint mark Lincoln cents is currently valued at a jaw-dropping $5.7 million. Let me ask you, when was the last time you actually looked closely at your pocket change? Or are you guilty of throwing it all in that kitchen drawer we all pretend isn't overflowing? Well, today, I'm going to show you why that little penny might be your ticket to financial freedom, if you know exactly what to look for. And hey, don't go running to your sock drawer just yet. Stay with me, unless your sock drawer is where you keep your life savings, then we've got bigger problems to solve. Let's step back for a moment. The year 2000 wasn't that long ago, but in coin collecting, even a 25-year-old penny can be a hidden treasure. Most pennies from that year have the usual D or P mint marks, showing they were made in Denver or Philadelphia. But here's the twist, a rare few escape the minting process without a mint mark. And those few are what collectors call unicorn coins, almost mythical in rarity, but very real in value. Now, imagine the fear of realizing you once had one of these coins, and accidentally spent it on a cup of coffee. Painful thought, isn't it? That's exactly why you need to check every single penny you own. Collectors are chasing these coins because of their historical mistakes, and because there are so few in circulation. This scarcity drives demand, and demand creates astronomical value. We're not talking hundreds, not thousands, but millions. Right now, the market has placed one of these 2000 no-mint mark Lincoln cents at $5.7 million. Just picture what that amount could do: pay off your mortgage, buy a vacation home, or even secure your family's financial future for generations. But here's the catch, and this is where urgency comes in. These coins don't sit around forever. Wealthy collectors are constantly hunting, and when a coin like this surfaces, it vanishes into private collections almost instantly. So, how can you tell if the penny sitting in your old coffee can or coin jar is actually one of these millionaire-making coins? The answer might surprise you. To spot a true 2000 no-mint mark Lincoln cent of value, you'll need to look for three key things. 1. The missing mint mark, located just below the year on the coin. If it's not there, you might have something special. 2. Condition matters. The sharper and more preserved the coin is, the higher the value climbs. Even small scratches can reduce the price. But flawless coins? That's where million-dollar bidding wars begin. Point 3. Authentication. This is crucial. Professional grading services can confirm authenticity and assign the coin its rightful value. Without it, collectors won't touch it. Now, here's where excitement meets reality. While millions are possible, many of these rare coins sell for smaller, but still life-changing, amounts. Imagine finding one worth $10,000, $50,000, or $100,000. Wouldn't that be enough to change your retirement plans? Let me leave you with this thought. Every day, people unknowingly spend coins that could fund their dream lifestyle. Don't let that be you. Take 5 minutes today, open that old coin jar, and inspect your pennies carefully. Because the next millionaire story could be yours. And if you want to know the other Lincoln pennies that are secretly worth a fortune, don't miss my next video, where I'll reveal another penny that has shocked. And if you're still thinking, it's just a penny, well, tell that to the guy who just traded his for a brand new sports car. Have you ever picked up an old penny, turned it over, and thought, well, it's just a cent. What could this possibly be worth? What if I told you that one of those ordinary little copper coins, the 1995 Lincoln cent without a mint mark, has sold for millions of dollars? Yes, you heard that right. A single penny, something most people would leave behind in a coin tray, can actually be the golden ticket to a wealthy lifestyle. And here's the real shocker. Right now, the current market value is around $5.6 million for the rarest, most pristine examples. So, before you brush off that jar of pennies in your kitchen drawer, or worse, spend them, stick with me. Because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this penny is so valuable, how to spot it, and what it could mean for your financial future. Quick question. When was the last time a penny actually made you excited? Probably never. That changes today. Let's rewind to 1995. The US Mint produced billions of Lincoln cents that year. Most of them? Totally ordinary. But here's where things get interesting. Some coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint carried no mint mark, and that, in itself, isn't unusual. But a very small number were struck with such precision, such rarity, and in such immaculate condition that collectors today are willing to pay astronomical sums. Why? Because in the world of coin collecting, condition and scarcity create a perfect storm. Imagine this: 2 pennies side by side, both from 1995, both without a mint mark. One is dull, scratched, worn down by years of circulation, worth a cent. Maybe a few bucks, but the other, flawless, untouched, gleaming with a mirror-like finish. That coin becomes a treasure, and here's where fear comes in. Right now, millions of Americans have these pennies sitting unnoticed in coffee cans, jars, even under couch cushions. Every single day, some of them are being spent at gas stations, at grocery stores, or worse, dumped into Coinstar machines, without anyone realizing they just threw away a fortune. It's almost painful to think about, isn't it? That you might have been holding wealth in the palm of your hand, and let it slip away. But don't worry. I'll show you exactly how to check. So, how do you know if your 1995 penny is the million-dollar version? Look closely. First, no mint mark under the year, that's key. Second, the condition. If it looks brand new, sharp details, no scratches, no dullness, you could be sitting on a life-changing coin. And remember this: while many are worth a few hundred or a few $1,000s, the highest graded examples are fetching millions. The record sales are shocking, and they keep climbing, which means the urgency is real. Here's the cliffhanger. Experts believe that somewhere out there, in someone's penny jar or tucked away in a forgotten shoebox, is the next record-breaking coin, the one that could sell for even more than today's $5.6 million value. So here's what to do. After this video, grab your pennies. Check every 1995 Lincoln cent. And if you find one in pristine condition with no mint mark, do not, I repeat, do not spend it. Have it appraised. You might just be holding your ticket to financial freedom. Because wealth isn't always found in gold bars or stock portfolios, sometimes it's hiding in plain sight, and the most ordinary coin of all. So the real question is, are you going to ignore that little penny, or are you ready to look closer and discover the wealth that's been hiding in your own hands? Check your change. Search your jars. Your millionaire penny might be waiting. Imagine this: you're digging through your old coin jar, expecting nothing but pocket change, when suddenly, one simple penny could change your entire financial future. Yes, I'm talking about a 1990 Lincoln cent, a coin that most people overlook, but the right one, without a mint mark, has shocked collectors with prices reaching into the millions. Now, before you rush off to grab a magnifying glass, let me ask you, when was the last time a single penny made you nervous, excited, and hopeful, all at once? Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'll show you the history, the mistake that makes this coin rare, and why its current market value of $5.5 million could mean you're sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. And trust me, this isn't just about coins, it's about financial freedom, about living the life you've always dreamed of. The year was 1990. The US Mint was producing billions of Lincoln pennies, just like they had for decades. But here's where it gets fascinating. At the Philadelphia Mint, a handful of coins were struck without the tiny P mint mark. That small detail, or rather the lack of it, transformed an ordinary coin into one of the most valuable Lincoln cents ever discovered. Think about that. A missing letter, something so small you could miss it with the blink of an eye, is now worth more than most people's retirement accounts. Doesn't that make you want to go back and recheck your coin jars? And here's the truth: collectors aren't just willing to pay a premium. They're lining up. At high-end auctions, these era pennies have been pushed into the spotlight, turning lucky finders into overnight millionaires. Quick question for you. When you bought your morning coffee today, did you even glance at the pennies you got back in change? What if one of them could have paid off your mortgage, or even bought you a vacation home? See, this is where most people miss out. They don't pay attention to the details. But the wealthy? The wealthy know opportunities hide in plain sight. So what do you do if you think you have one of these 1990 no mint mark Lincoln cents? First, don't spend it. Second, get it authenticated by a reputable grading service. Without certification, your coin is just another penny. But with certification, you might be holding a ticket to a $5.5 million payday. And here's the urgency: these coins are only getting rarer. Every day, more are lost, damaged, or locked away in private collections. The window to cash in is closing. So ask yourself, are you going to let that old coffee can of coins collect dust? Or are you going to check, take action, and maybe discover the coin that changes everything? Remember, the difference between someone who dreams of wealth and someone who achieves it is simple: they act. Now here's the cliffhanger I'll leave you with. Today we talked about the 1990 penny. But there's another Lincoln cent out there, even more shocking, that's been valued higher than a luxury home. And in my next video, I'll reveal exactly which one it is, so make sure you don't miss it. Because wealth, as you've just learned, can hide in the smallest places, even in a single penny. Did you know that a single penny from 1981, yes, a penny that looks almost worthless, could hold the power to change your life? Imagine pulling out a handful of old change, and hidden in there is one coin that could sell for thousands, maybe even millions. Sounds unbelievable, right? But stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes the 1981 no mint mark Lincoln cent so valuable, and how to tell if your penny is the key to a wealthy lifestyle. And hey, before you throw away that jar of pennies sitting in the garage, you might want to check first. Otherwise, you could be tossing out your retirement fund 1 cent at a time. The 1981 penny might look ordinary at first glance. No mint mark, just Abraham Lincoln staring back at you like he's done for over a century. But here's the twist: pennies struck in 1981 were the last of their kind. These coins were made from 95% copper, real, heavy, and valuable metal. By the very next year, 1982, the US Mint switched to cheaper zinc pennies, which means the 1981 no mint mark Lincoln cent marks the end of an era. That alone makes it collectible. But here's where things get exciting, and yes, a little scary. Millions of Americans have tossed these coins aside, not realizing their hidden worth. Some rare 1981 pennies in pristine condition, especially era coins, have fetched up to millions of dollars at auction. Think about it. If you're 50 or 60 years old, you've lived through decades where these pennies slipped through your hands daily. How many did you spend at the corner store without realizing their future value? How many could still be hiding in your drawers or piggy banks right now? But here's the real question. How do you know if the penny you're holding is worth just face value? Or if it's the rare jackpot worth a fortune? Don't go anywhere, because I'm about to reveal the telltale signs that separate a common coin from a millionaire's treasure. So, what should you be looking for? First, the condition. Coins graded mint state or higher are the ones serious collectors will pay top dollar for. The sharper the details, the fewer scratches, the higher the value climbs. Second, errors and variations. A 1981 penny with misaligned strikes, double dies, or other rare minting mistakes can multiply its price astronomically. These are the coins that have shocked collectors and sold at jaw-dropping numbers. Now, let's talk current market value. On the low end, a circulated 1981 no-mint mark penny is worth just a few cents over its copper value, around $5.40 depending on the metal market. But the rare, high-grade, or era varieties? That's where you could see values stretching into the thousands or even millions of dollars. Crazy, isn't it? All those years we were told, a penny saved is a penny earned. Turns out, it could be millions earned. Maybe Benjamin Franklin knew something we didn't. So here's my challenge for you. Don't ignore the loose change lying around your home. That small, dusty penny you've overlooked could be your ticket to financial freedom. Imagine selling one coin and using it to fund your retirement, travel the world, or finally live the wealthy lifestyle you deserve. Because the truth is, rare coins don't wait forever. Collectors are hunting them down right now. Will you be the person who discovers a fortune, or the one who lets it slip away forever? Stay tuned, because in my next video, I'll be revealing another ordinary-looking penny that could be hiding in plain sight, and it might just make this 1981 penny look like pocket change. Imagine this for a moment. What if that dusty penny sitting in an old jar on your dresser was not worth 1 cent, not even $1, but millions of dollars? Sounds crazy, right? But here's the shocking truth. The 1975 no-mint mark Lincoln cent has been selling for prices you wouldn't believe, some as high as $5.3 million in today's market. Now pause for a second. How many times have you tossed a penny aside thinking, it's just a penny? That simple habit might have cost you the chance to retire early, travel the world, or even buy that dream house you've always wanted. But before you go running to check your change jar, let's uncover why this coin is so valuable, how you can spot one, and whether the penny in your pocket could be your ticket to wealth. Stay with me until the end, because the details I'll share might change the way you look at every coin in your hand. Oh, and quick question, if I handed you a choice right now, a single penny or a brand new flat-screen TV, which one would you grab? Most people would snatch the TV, but after today, you might think twice. The story of the 1975 Lincoln penny begins with a tiny detail most people overlook: the mint mark, or rather, the lack of it. Coins from Philadelphia in 1975 were struck without a mint mark. To the untrained eye, it looks completely ordinary. But here's the twist: certain era coins, in pristine condition, and with unique characteristics, have skyrocketed in value. Collectors and investors see this coin not as spare change, but as a rare artifact, something that represents history, scarcity, and luck all at once. And scarcity, as you know, always drives value. Think of it like this: imagine if every single 1975 Ford car disappeared overnight, except for a handful. How much would those surviving cars sell for today? That's exactly the kind of supply and demand frenzy happening with coins like this. And here's where it gets exciting. Some of these 1975 no-mint mark pennies have been sold at record-breaking auctions, fetching multi-million-dollar prices. Yes, you heard that right, an everyday penny worth more than an entire luxury home. But here's the scary part: most people never even realize what they have. They spend it, they ignore it, or worse, they give it away. That's the tragedy, and the opportunity. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Sure, but mine's probably not worth anything. Let me stop you there. The difference between a penny worth 1 cent and a penny worth millions often comes down to condition, rarity, and small minting details. That's why people just like you, ordinary folks, have turned their loose change into life-changing wealth. So here's the $1 million, or should I say multi-million dollar, question. Could your 1975 penny be one of those treasures? Imagine holding that coin in your hand. Imagine the thrill of knowing that what you once dismissed as pocket change could fund your retirement, pay off every debt, and let you live the wealthy, stress-free lifestyle you've always dreamed about. But, and this is important, you can't wait forever. As more collectors enter the market, these rare finds will only become harder to get, and their value could rise even higher. The window of opportunity is now. So here's what you need to do. Go through your coin jars, your drawers, even the coins hiding between your car seats. Check every 1975 penny. Look for no mint mark, flawless condition, and unique details. If you find one, don't just toss it back in the jar, because you might be sitting on a fortune. And before we wrap up, let me leave you with this cliffhanger. Did you know there's another Lincoln penny from the 1970s that has sold for even more than the 1975 cent? That's a story for another video, and trust me, you won't want to miss it. Until then, remember, sometimes wealth isn't hidden in banks, stocks, or businesses. Sometimes it's hiding in plain sight, in the palm of your hand.